There we go.
All right, shalom, shalom. This is the brothers from the Great Millstone Truth and Sincerity Camp. Back again with another lesson. But before we do anything, I want to start by saying, Call Hello Blah.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
That's all praises to the Father in the name of His only begotten Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Which is gift of honor to the elders of Israel, which are the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach them well, and watch Shalom, blah, 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 which is peace and love to the elect of Israel.
All right, tonight we're going to get into hard times have to be endured. Let me get Sirach, the second chapter. I'm going to start at verse 1 and read down to 9.
The book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 1. It says, My son, if thou
Curious. Yeah.
It says, My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Prepare thy soul for temptation. Okay? Temptation is a desire to do something, especially something wrong or unwise. He resisted the temptation to call Celia at the office. We almost gave into temptation. It says a thing or course of action that attracts or tempts someone, and that's what it is. So you're going to be tempted. You're going to be, unless, for example, some of the temptations in that day is hunger. You may be hungry to, let's say you're in the wilderness and it's a boar or a pig passed by. You know that's unlawful to eat, but you haven't eaten in 2 days. Now your children crying and all that. That's a temptation. Okay, do you trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, or do you go on your own will and say, well, I'm gonna pull a Boosie badass, and I'm gonna just eat this fucking pork? You know what I'm saying? Nobody benefits from that. Okay, got a breeze in there? Go ahead.
This is Acts 20:19. Serve the Lord with all humility of mind. All right, so you must have a humble mind. All right, it says, and if you wouldn't have a humble mind, that'll cause you to pop off something like the Boosie had done. All right, thinking he's something that he's not by standing up and actually being able to say those things to the Lord. All right, it says, serving the Lord with all humility of mind and with many tears and temptations which befall me by the lying in wait of the Jews. You see, so like the brother said, man, temptation in hard times, all right, is basically to be endured because it's going to befall you. It's the inevitable.
Inevitable, right? Verse 2.
It says, Set thou heart aright and constantly endure and make not haste in time of trouble.
So constantly endure, because you have to understand that it's a spirit that's put on all the men of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, and the thing they have to do, you have to learn to remove your flesh from your situation. Because if you move and your flesh is controlling you, you're gonna fall every time. That's why you have to walk as a spiritual person. That's why it says constantly endure. What are you enduring with? Your mind has to be over control of your body. Go ahead, right?
This is Romans 13:14. It says, But put ye on the Lord Yahushua Mashiach and make not provisions for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof, man. So you gotta move in the spirit, just like the brother was saying, man. So you won't be making exceptions for the flesh, So you won't be giving in when things, seem enticing, man.
Right. Yeah, go ahead.
This is 1 Peter chapter 1 and verse 13. It says, Wherefore gird up the loins of your mind, be sober, and hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you at the revelation of Yahushua HaMashiach, at the revealing of the Lord. Because as it speaks about in Revelation 2 and 26 says, he that overcometh, the same shall be saved, man. So it all starts within your mind. And when you go on to Sirach, the second chapter, it says, but set your mind right. Set your heart right, which goes back to your mind. So you're basically embracing yourself for all the temptations to come,
If I can add, that's why in the book of Psalms, chapter 95, the Lord said, harden not your hearts, as in the time of the wilderness. That was it.
All right. And also at the end of 2 it says, "And make not haste in a time of trouble," because the flesh, when it's not under subjection and you don't have it under control, you be ready to get out of the situation you're in, not understanding that that's working faith. You know what I'm saying? That's working patience, and that makes you, it puts you in the mind to be able to endure uh, basically anything to where you can endure it throughout a certain amount of time. Okay, so you can't rush through your problem. You know what I'm saying? Some things you may go through may really hurt. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, a lot of times you can't get out of that situation regardless to how you feel. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll make a bad decision and that'll just knock everything over. You know what I'm saying? That'll basically make the situation even worse. Right?
Verse 3.
Pretty
This is the book of Luke, chapter 21 and verse 18. But there shall not a hair on your head perish. All right. Also going into what that having faith in your time of temptation and trouble. It says, "In your patience possession your souls." So what? You don't want to make haste because what? In patience and you want to sit in your temptation. All right. In your troubles, being austere and stern. All right. You possess your soul that way.
Verse 3, it says, "Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end."
So, cleaving to the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai and don't depart from it. You know what I'm saying? Because once you're in the spirit, that spirit is going to guide you and is going to protect you. And even though things may look a certain way, the spirit is going to keep you in a mind frame of being stable. That's why the scripture says, "Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time." That means right now also, because you're going to go through times to where you're going through things, and that's why it tells you that thou mayest be increased in the last end. So now, going through all of this tough shit that seems tough right now, imagine when you're in the wilderness. Imagine when you got troops kicking down your door. Imagine having to trust in the Lord when a situation means life or death. The things we're going through now, they can be considered minor. You know, not really having no money, not really having nobody in your corner so it was seen. You know what I'm saying? All these things are basically working towards a greater end. So in the end of all this, what you have to realize and understand is all the things that you're going through now is just building you up and making you stronger. You know what I'm saying? You see who's in your corner. You see who's deceitful. Okay? And all these things are doing is basically making you strong. It's a preparation. You're being prepped for the real test. Jacob's trouble, that's the real test. Right now, what we're doing is rehearsing for the real test. Right?
There's 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 1. It says, "For then, as Hamashiach had suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. For he that has suffered in the flesh had ceased from sin." You know, so ultimately, by us not putting on the former lust or being partakers of the former lust, man, we actually understand that we have a bigger picture to look at.
Right.
You know, not just being consumed with the temporary things that's going on, man. Right. You know, because all of these things around us will perish, man. You know, and at the end of the day, the only thing that's going to be here, man, is the spirit. You know, right. So why be partakers of things that's going to be destroyed, man?
Yeah.
Verse 4 says, "Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully."
Take cheerfully. Okay? That means you have to really understand that the spirit is guiding you for one purpose. That when you take it cheerfully, you're already in the know. Okay, that means you know that this is working for me to be a better person at the end. Even though that's why the spirit has to totally be in control of everything. Okay, you have to be you have to be ruler, know how to rule your spirit. Okay, you have to know how to rule your spirit, because if you don't, your flesh will have you all over the place. Your flesh will have you all over the place. So if you can rule your spirit, what precept you read about your spirit possession your
Possession your patience, in your soul.
Exactly, because that's what ruling over your spirit is. You're basically giving in to things that your flesh actually wants to do. You know what I'm saying? That's why I told you, like, look, prepare for temptation. All it's telling you is be patient. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of all this, you're gonna see all your works pay off. It's like the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. You know what I'm saying? You gotta climb up this tough thing, basically to get to the end, and you get your reward. Okay, but you have to work for that. And putting off this flesh is one of the toughest things that you may endure in this life. You know what I'm saying? Because denying yourself is a motherfucker, bro. Because you physically see everything in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Freeze. All right. It says, go ahead. He said it. Yeah, be patient.
Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state.
Now, to a lower state, and a state, real estate, and all that, that means a place you live. That means you're going to be living in a low place. Nobody gonna think you're shit. Everybody's gonna look down upon you. That's where you're going to live now. Okay? And what does all this stem to? It stems to what people see physically. They can't see you in the spiritual and say, that dude is spiritually rich. All they can look at is what they're seeing before themselves in the physical. That's why I told you to and be patient when thou art brought to a lower state. So when you're living there, don't be in such a hurry to get out of the situation you're in, because you were put there for a reason. That's why you have to embrace your struggle. Embrace that we're in slavery. Embrace that we're in captivity. Okay? Because when you do that, you have a better understanding, and it's more easy to move in a manner of walking in the spirit. Right?
So,
Yeah, I have. Back up so I can't see my all right, okay. This is Psalms 112, and I'm gonna start at 6. It says, "Surely he shall not be moved forever; the righteous shall be in everlasting remembrance." All right, so it says that he was not going to be moved. So by the things that the obstacles and trials and tribulations that come his way. All right, verse 7. This is the point. It says, "He shall not be afraid of evil tidings. His heart is fixed, trusting in the Lord." And evil tidings, that's basically that bad news. Right. So the examples that the brother went into, when let's just say shit, what your car break down or some shit, man, or anything like that happens to where it just puts you in a lower state, man. You're not going to be afraid of those times, man. Right. It says that he shall not be afraid of evil tidings, man. So you're going to take those things cheerfully, take them on the chin and keep it pushing, man.
Right. It's going to come to a point to where you used to.
God, to what you used to.
Right. I got a quick one. This is James chapter 1 and verse 2. It says, "My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations, knowing that the trying of your faith work your patience, but let patience have a perfect work, that you may be entire, wanting nothing." You see, so ultimately, these things and this hardship that we're going through is for our benefit, because when martial law is fully implemented, when they start bringing out these vaccines, all right, when they bring in this chip, man, guess what? We're gonna be already prepared, man. We're gonna be fully persuaded in our mind, man, that what Yahweh Shema Shai got us, because what the situations that we have already been put in, that was just what faith increases, man.
And it said diverse,
yeah.
And I got the definition. It says showing a great deal of variety, very different. So you're getting experience in problems in all areas, man. Right. So you're gonna know how to deal with different things, man. That way you're being built up, and now you're able to withstand whatever comes your way.
Right. I got another quick one. This is 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 9. It says, "Whom steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world." So that's ultimately the reason why we are set forth as a body, man. You can go to and get advice, from brothers. All right, you can lift up brothers, man, because we're all going through the same things in this body of ours, man.
This Romans 12 and 10, it says, "Be kindly affectionate one to another, with brotherly love and honor, preferring one another." And you said, just like you said, man, we all go through the same thing. Preferring it basically means to go before and show another brother the way, man. You know, so we're preferring each other, man. You know, a brother can go through something and basically show you how to maneuver through it, man. You know?
It's really about, too, that we basically got a head start on that. Yeah, we got a major head start. And by us having that head start, it's better preparation. When you know something, and that's what a prophet is. That's what a prophet is, to say something before it happens. So by us saying it before it happens and know, just imagine all the people that's going to get caught slipping. You know what I'm saying? And where their answer's going to come from. Somewhere it's been coming from the whole time, but they chose not to take advantage of it. Okay?
This is Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 3. It says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil. And when you're going to foresee it, like you were saying, like being a prophet, is to prophesy something before it comes, or before it happens, like down the line. You know, so foresee it also means that what? You see it from afar off. All right.
Being a visionary.
Yeah. It says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. That's like brother saying, well, we have a head start upon everybody, because it's going to catch everybody else by surprise. All right. But if you foresee the evil, you see it before it comes, so you're going to be already hiding. All right. It says, but the simple pass on and are punished. You see, so the simple would be everybody else in the world, man. Everybody else that are in blindness and darkness, man. Right. All right. They're going to keep going on about their everyday life and get caught with their pants down, man.
The scripture tell you in Proverbs, what is it, 18 and 10, that the righteous run into the tower, you know, which is of Yahweh Shemel Shai. So you have this tower that's real visible, man. Everybody sees it. Everybody sees the men of the Lord on the highways and hedges bringing out this truth. But guess what? They're passing it up, man. And all you're doing is passing up that great warning from Yahweh Shemel Shai. Right.
That's why the Lord said that they were none of his
preparation. It says the action or process of making ready or being made ready for the use or consideration. Then another one, this is the one I want to get. It says something done to get ready for an event or undertaking, man. You know, so you're seeing it from afar off, man. So that means you have time to prepare, man. Properly prepare, man. What the scripture say? 1 Corinthians. Well, let me grab it. I don't want to put you. 1 Corinthians 1 and. All right, I got it. This 1 Corinthians 1, and I'm going to start at 6. It says, even as the testimony of Mashiach was confirmed in you, so that ye come behind in no gift, waiting for the coming of our Lord Yahweh Shah Mashiach. And when you get a gift, man, it's basically a surprise, man. So the day of the Lord is not going to overtake us as a surprise, man. Why? Because we had that time to prepare, man.
Right. When you receive a gift, you don't know when you're going to receive that gift, you know? That's why it's going to be a surprise to everybody. And the scripture tells us what, watch therefore, because you know not when the good man coming.
Verse 5, it says, for gold is tried in fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
So that's how you become pure gold. You're tried, okay? And temptation is your trial, okay? So that's how you basically become pure gold. And that's why it tells you that the men of Yahweh Shem Yahshua are going to be pure gold, because all that temptation and everything of that nature is basically going to make them that spirit. All that's going to get rid of all the impurities, all the things inside of them that's not wanted, because that heat, when it's turned up on them, that element gets so hot that if you're not of the pure structure, everything inside of you has to go. It has to die out. Okay? So when you get put in that pressure cooker and that heat get to cooking your ass, guess what's happening? Things that don't belong inside of you, inside of your spirit, you know what I'm saying? Like basically controlling your flesh. You know what happens after that? That shit, it's not there no more. You get rid of it. Okay? It's basically being put away. So you understand when you go through something and that's put away, you don't have to worry about that no more. That's how the Lord is basically molding his men to what he wants them to be. Because we weren't just born kings in a frame of we're all the way righteous. It was things that had to come that shaped us and made us and molded us to be what Yahweh Shem Yahshua wants us. That's why we have to learn to rule our spirit and not let this flesh take over. Okay, because if we start moving in the flesh, what happens after that is the Lord can't use us because we're tied to worldly shit. Okay, so that's what we're trying to do through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahshua is basically move totally in the spirit to where he can say, you know what, I can use him. Because even though he went through that hell I put him through, he came out, and you know what? It made him better at the end, right?
This is Psalms 119 and verse 142. It says, "Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. Trouble and anguish have taken hold on me, yet thy commandments are my delights." You see, so no matter what hell you're gonna go through, and then the Lord know how to get your attention, man. It say what trouble and anguish have taken a hold of me. That was for the simple fact of what removing those impurities, man. You know, so the Lord knows how to get your attention and how to make you really call upon him. You know, but what through all the hell that we're catching, we're still gonna call upon Yahweh Shem Yahshua, man. You know, because the Lord is gonna be the only one to deliver us out of those situations. You know.
This is 2 Timothy 2 and verse 22. All right, it says, "Flee also youthful lusts." All right, so like the brother was saying, he was going into what you got to cast off the flesh. All right, and things that pertain into the world. It says, "Flee also youthful lusts, but follow righteousness, faith, charity, peace, and them that call on the Lord out of a pure heart." You see, so that what you cast these things off, so that what you're able to be meat for the master's use, man. All right, the scriptures tell you that what the acceptable man find the fire of adversity. Then it say what then it shall be known who are my chosen. You see, that was it.
This is Proverbs chapter 17, verse 3. The finding pot is for silver and the furnace for gold, but the Lord tried the hearts. All right, the Lord is gonna put you through things to make sure that you that silver or that gold and not a fake. All right, you're gonna go through stuff. It says, "Believe in Sirach chapter 2, verse 6. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way right, and trust in him."
So believe in him. And believing in the Lord is not nothing physical, bro. This is your mind, your spirit. You have to believe in the Lord because everything we're saying we can't physically see. We're moving in the spirit, okay? And that spirit is a spirit of hope. All right? That's a spirit of hope. So we're doing everything we're doing through faith. We believe everything we're saying in faith because we know that it's going to come to pass. Like everything we're saying and speaking on, we know it's coming to pass because what's making it be known is prophecy. You're seeing everything that has been said for years now. And I just watched brother put a video up. We warned you. We warned you. You've been warned. So now that you're seeing these things, now you're gonna want to, and you still gonna have some hard-headed Negroes still don't want to listen. So them vaccines get to slapping niggas upside the head. You know? Go ahead.
I got another.
Oh, go ahead.
This is Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 22. It says that ye put off concerning the former conversation the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and that ye put on the new man, which after the Most High is created in righteousness and true holiness, having that pure mindset, man. You know, because when you get caught up and want to do what the flesh wants to do, man, you're basically putting on that great incorruption, man. You know, that's why the Lord have basically what called us into this walk, man, so we could basically become the better version of us, man.
All right.
You know, becoming that new man.
All right, this is Job. You can say what you said again, He was like to make us
A better vision of us.
yeah. This is Job.
A version of it.
This is Job 23. I'm gonna start at verse. Damn. I'm gonna just read. I'm gonna get to the point. I'm gonna read 12. I'm starting at verse 12. All right, because Job was speaking about the hardship and the things that came upon him. All right, It says, neither have I gone back from his commandment of his lips. I have esteemed his words of his mouth more than my necessary food. So Job is basically saying he didn't go back on the words of the Yahweh Shemiel Shah, man. Having that faith that the brother was speaking about. He said what? He esteemed it more than his necessary food. You need food to live. You see? It says, but he is in one mind, and who can turn him? It says, and what his soul desired, even that he do it. You see, so the Lord is going to give. Matter of fact, I'm just keep reading. It says, for he performed, there you go. For he performed the thing that is appointed for me, and many such things are with him. So the things that are appointed for you, he give you the tests and the things that you need to receive to make you better. Right. You know, to what he wants you to be.
Okay. That's like when you look at like teachers. The most stern teachers are actually the best ones because they really want to see you pass. You know, they want to see you become that better version of yourself. You got it, brother.
Yeah, I have one.
You got it first, huh?
All right, this is Sirach 27 and 5. It says, the furnace proveth the potter's vessel, so the trial of man is in his reasoning, man. So just like the brother said, man, when the Lord gives you a test, he's giving it to you to see how you reason with it. How are you going to take from it, and how are you going to basically react to it altogether, man? You know, are you going to fold, or are you going to take it on the chin cheerfully and learn from it, man? You know?
And quick point, that's why Job said also that what he knew it the way that I would take when he had tried me, for I would come out this gold. That was it.
I got a quick one. Being that brothers going to Job. You know what I'm saying? This is Job 13 and 15. It says, though he slay me, yet will I trust in him. But I will maintain mine own ways before him. He also shall be my salvation. For a hypocrite shall not become before him. Because when you're put in that fire, you know, it's going to show if you're a man of Yahweh Shemiel Shah or not. You know, when things don't go your way, how are you going to maneuver? You know? And ultimately, that's what us being called into this thing and having the Lord open our understanding, because now we actually understand that we're being put through all this hell so that we can gravitate even more towards Yahweh Shemiel Shah. You know, Jake get into a car accident or the red light taking too long, man, they'll get to pressing the horn not knowing that the Lord wants you to be patient. You know?
This is Romans 8 and 28, and we know that all things work together for good. Yeah. You see, so what? Your tribulation, your trouble, you know, when you're in need of things, you see, all of your hardship is working for the betterment of you, man. All right, it's working for the good, man, because it's gonna make you. It's a saying that say, "What the Lord give His hardest test to the strongest souls," man. All right, it says, to them that love the Most High. So since you love the Most High, you're walking in His way. Guess what? He's gonna purify you and get all the disease that you have in you, man. It says, and we gotta think about it when you're sick. What? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, say you got like a disease, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're sick or whatever. What purifies, take the sickness away? Eat. You know? It says, that's my people used to tell me, look, sweat it out. Yeah. You know? It says that love the Most High, to them who are the called according to His purpose, man.
Right. And ultimately, more than anything, bro, the Lord just wants us to 100% totally trust in Him. Okay? That's what it all boils down to. When you get to the point to where you 100% trust in the Lord, bro, you good. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have no doubt. When the Lord can basically have you to where when push come to shove and somebody knocking at the door, and this may be for you to take the vaccine, like, Lord God, me and the brothers, we were just talking about that before we came here, like trusting in the Lord. Like, man, look, the Lord, that's what it is, bro. We got to believe in Him, you know? Otherwise, we become hypocrites.
And the Lord give us, like brothers going into, like, different testimonies amongst the camp. And the Lord have us, like, in those situations just to show us, like, I'm here, you know? So even when it get way harder, to where it's looking like it's no out, I'm still here, right? You know? That's why the scriptures say, look at the men of old, from the generations of old, man.
They faith is unmovable.
Whoever trusts in the Lord, it was confounded, man. You know? And those same men are here today, you know, with that same faith, man. You know? And it takes us being put into these hardships, man, to actually enable that faith and fill it up to the capacity that Yahweh Shemiel Shah wants it to be.
Because God wants you to trust in Him.
Yeah.
But like all the way trust in Him, man. All right. That's why the scriptures tell you in the book of Psalms 124, you can read from verse 1 on down to the end of the chapter. It's basically tell you like the last verse to tell you that what just like a bird trapped in an evil snare, man. And so happened that the snare break, the bird get to fly away. You snapped in that trap. Well, what are your thoughts? You know, throughout you being surrounded. What you say? What though a host compassed around about me, you know, I won't fear. I'm gonna trust in y'all by y'all shop because I know that you're gonna deliver me. You gotta ask yourself, what will be your mindset? What is your mindset in that time, man? And that'll tell you what's gonna be your outcome. Because the Lord said that what? By thy words, I'm gonna judge you.
There's Matthew chapter 6 and verse 30. So like John 6 and 30. And this is Yahweh Shah speaking, and we're supposed to abide under the same vibration as the Lord did. It says, I can of my own self do nothing. As I hear, I judge, and my judgment is just, because I will seek not mine own will, but the will of the Father which has sent me, man. You know, so when we're brought through these situations, we have to understand that we can't deliver ourselves from those things. You know, and if you do, you're not going to deliver yourself, but it's going to be known that you're not dependent on the Lord, man. You're trying to take things according to your own manner.
And with that, read verse 7, bro. Oh, go ahead.
It's 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. There hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. All right, so everything that you go through, somebody has went through it. That's what common means.
Right.
All right. It says, but the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able. All right, so that right there shows you that when you are getting tried and getting put in the personal adversity, it's the Lord that's putting you through. All right, it says, but will.
So like you know you can make it through.
God, it says that you are able to bear.
Like he knows.
He
It's
set it
really
up.
up to you to tap in
God.
into the inner you, man.
But ultimately, it's that spirit is not going to allow you to fail. That's the thing, bro. We have to understand, we're not walking this walk. The walk is being walked for us. The thing is, the illusion of freedom and all these things, bro, the movie and the roles that we play, the spirits that are on us, all they're doing is acting out through us. You know what I'm saying? They're acting out through us. Bro, we're not doing shit. So if somebody's wicked, they were set up to be wicked, bro. If somebody is walking unrighteously, they were set up to walk unrighteously. You know what I'm saying? We make no decisions for ourselves. That's why you pray that the Lord remove not that spirit from you, that righteous spirit, bro.
Well, continuing on, it says, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. All right, so whatever you go through, let you know that you're going to be able to overcome it. All right, you put your faith and your trust in the Lord, and he's going to guide you through it.
I had a piece of it. This is 1 Peter 4:19. Wherefore let them that suffer according to the will of the Most High, because we're suffering according to the will of the Lord, man. Right. All right, that's why I say that what the things that be unto me are had it with the Lord, man. It says commit the keepings of. It says I'm reading again. It says wherefore let them that suffer according to the will of the Most High commit the keepings of their souls, man. And what's the keepings of commit the keeping of your souls? Fasting, praying, having faith, believing, keeping your patience. All right, and your patience possession your souls. This is the keeping of your souls, man. This is how you have it. In your time of stress, time of trouble. All right, you stay down. All right. It says in well doing. You see, that's why I say take it cheerfully when y'all fall into diverse temptations. As unto a faithful creator. That was it.
Sirach chapter 2, verse 7, he that fear the Lord wait for his mercy, and go not aside, lest he fall.
So basically, it was just telling you, it told you, don't make haste in the time of your temptation when you're being tried. Otherwise, that's going to lead to your demise and you're going to fall off. So you basically have to wait on the Lord, because when you get put in that jam, what's the first thing you do? Pray. Then you fast. And what comes from that? You're waiting on the Lord to answer. And what is that building? Your faith. You know why? Because now the Lord is showing you, hey, if you just talk to me, when you get put in this situation, I'm going to answer. And that's all it's doing, is building it up. So it becomes easier and easier as the battle gets harder and harder. Like, you're gonna go through things, and as your faith increase, guess what? Guess what else? Your temptation and your trial is going to increase. You know what I'm saying? So it makes it a lot easier to go through and maintain when you understand that the Lord is fighting the battle for you no matter what. All right?
This is Ecclesiastes 8:3. So we're speaking about making not haste. It says, "Be not hasty to go out of his sight." You see, it says, "And stand." It says, "And stand not in the evil thing, for he doeth whatsoever pleasing him." Man, you see, so what? When you're hasty and you're making quick to give a reaction to something, you know, in your time of tribulation, then you're being wise in your own conceit, man. All right.
You basically tell the Lord, man, I don't need to be going through this, you know, because you're trying to run off from it. You know, like, Lord, why am I going through this? I can pass it. No, evidently you can't, because the Lord's put you in this situation.
And Jake don't like to be put in situations to where it's uncomfortable for him.
Yeah.
Jake hate to be in an uncomfortable situation, bro. But that's just being human. You don't want to be uncomfortable. You would want everything to be normal. You know what I'm saying? And that's just not how you make a diamond. Diamonds are made through pressure, bro. Pearls are made through pressure. When, like, it's put in a very tight spot, a sand and a clam, that's what makes a diamond or a pearl. You know what I'm saying? It has to be a very compact, tight space. All right?
This is Psalm 34 and verse 6. "The poor man crieth, and the Lord heareth him, and save him out of all his troubles." It says all your troubles.
Right.
So whenever they come upon you, you pray to the Lord. Cry out to the Lord. You see, the Lord tell you that what go down in the midst of Jerusalem for those that sigh and cry. You see, it's about to be what troublesome amongst us, man. That was it.
There's 2 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 4. You know what? I'm going to start at verse 3. It says, "Since ye seek a proof of Hamashiach speaking in me, which to you is not weak, but is mighty in you. For though he was crucified through weakness, yet he lived by the power of the Most High. For we also are weak in him, but we shall live with him by the power of the Most High toward you." You know, so the scriptures tell you that the Lord chose what the weak man and the humble, the lowly, and making them strong, man. Why? Because ultimately it lets you know in the scripture that it's not us fighting this battle, man. It's the Lord that's fighting it for us. You know, that's why the Lord said, "What, always be unmovable." You know, don't let nothing bother you, man, to where you're not walking in the spirit. You know,
that's why the scriptures say, "Yea, doubtless."
Yeah,
doubtless. You know, we give up all these things, man. All right. Because what we know that the Lord is fighting for us. He said in 1 Thessalonians 3:3, "None of ye shall be moved by these afflictions, for ye of yourself know that ye are appointed thereunto," man.
I got one. This Psalms 34 and 17, it says, "The righteous cry, and the Most High heareth, and delivereth them out of all of their troubles," man. It says, "The Most High is nigh to them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit." It says, "Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivereth him out of them all," man. So that was the whole point of everything, man. The Lord is going to deliver us out of all situations, man. You know, all. Doesn't say some. You know.
There's Matthew chapter 7 verse 13. It says, "Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way," being in that tight spot, which would be that straight gate. It says, "That leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go therein. Because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be there that find it." You see. So it's only going to be a small remnant of precious jewels that scattered throughout the four winds, man. You know, those diamonds that Yahweh Shem Yahshai handpicked and scattered and put on all the dirt. Hey, man, the Lord is gonna soon rise those men up, man. You know, for what? Keeping their trust and all of the hardship that we're basically going through, man.
Lord.
2:8, it says, "Ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail."
All right, go ahead.
"Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good, and for everlasting joy and mercy."
And that's hope. You know what I'm saying? That's hope. When you put in those situations, you have to be in a mind frame and following the spirit of hope, bro. What's our hope? Yahweh Shai. That's our hope. Okay? So everything you go through, the temptations, the trials, you're hoping when you pray and fast that the Lord has a spirit on you to get through those things. Because that hope ultimately turns to a real high dosage of faith. Because now that you hope that He answers when you're in this situation, it's going to make you stronger in your belief. Like, man, I hope the Lord, when you pray, you're praying with the faith and confidence that the Lord is going to actually answer what you're asking for. So when you move forward to the next trial, what happens? You have just a little bit more faith when you're praying for what you're praying for. Then the next time it's a little bit more faith, and it just gets stronger and stronger and stronger. Okay, that's why your trials get heavier, right?
There's John chapter 15 and verse 6. It says, if a man abide not in me, he is cast forth as a branch and is withered. And men gather them and cast them into the fire, and they are burned. And we know that the only way you can abide in Yahweh Shema Shah, first you have to be an Israelite. But what the scripture tell you that without faith it's impossible to please Yahweh Shema Shah. So you have to have that faith, that portion of faith that was given from Yahweh Shema Shah. It says, if ye abide in me and my words abide in you, ye shall ask what ye will, and it shall be done unto you. You know, and the main thing that we're subject to asking for is salvation, man. You know, that great deliverance from those situations that we're in. You know?
I got touching on the point that the brother made about touching on the point of the brother made about hope. There's going to be a lot of people that lose their faith, lose their hope in their time of tribulation. All right. This is Luke 13 and 23. And then said one unto him, Lord, are there few that be saved? And he said unto them, strive to enter in at the straight gate, like the brothers was going into that straight. Strive. It's telling you, when he told you don't be haste to run out of temptation, he telling you, man, run to that fire. Strive to enter into that pressure. It says, strive to enter into the straight gate, for many, I say unto you, will seek to enter in. A lot of people say that they're ready to go through things. They're ready to go through this hardship and whatnot. But when that shit come upon you, there's going to be a lot of people that flake out. It says, for many shall say unto you, will seek to enter in and shall not be able, because what? They lost faith. They lost hope. In that time of tribulation, when they were supposed to keep their patience, because it's a saying that what? The Lord might not come when you want him, but he always on time.
And then you done became faint-hearted, man. The scripture says, woe to them that have become faint-hearted. But I got to prove real quick. You go ahead. All right, this back up that point. This Luke 8 and get straight to the point. 13, it says, they on the rock are they which when they hear and receive the word with joy, and these have no root. It says, which for a while they believe, and in time of temptation
bro. No root.
No root.
That means you're not grounded at all.
A
seed that just grew on top of the ground.
So you easily knocked off and persuaded with anything, man. Anything can just drive you away, man. It says, God. It say, which for a while they believe. So for a while that you're basically faking a funk, man. It says, and in the time of tribulation, so like your temptation, fall away. All right. Yeah, so you fall away, man, with whatever comes your way, man. That was
Lamentations chapter 4, verse 1. How is the gold become dim? How is the most fine gold changed?
So that's Israel. How is the gold become dim? We lost our way. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, the stones of the sanctuary are poured out in the top of every street. The precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold.
Comparable to fine gold, which we're supposed to be, but we turn to a bunch of brass and gold-plated shit. Go ahead.
How are they esteemed as earthen pitchers, the work of the hands of the potter?
Right.
Even the sea monsters draw out the breast, they give suck to their young ones.
So this is women. This is one of the main reasons why Jake is the way he is. Because now you have no man raising the children. And when this generation comes forth, being raised by women, what happens? You have
Kids,
Yep.
homosexual sons,
exactly
motherfuckers wearing weave and shit, nails.
all that shit, and that's the thing, bro. That's how that generation. And what did it say? Oh, Adam, what hast thou done?
Yeah, what has thou done?
You know what I'm saying? What hast thou done? Because by you following that, that's exactly how Israel and we got to the place that we are, and we fell off. Okay, so these hard times, you have to understand that the spirit is not going to be on a lot of men, because being raised, and it's all these things like in life basically mold you and shape you into what exactly you are going to be. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real. Everybody who says they're an Israelite, and when hard times come, you're gonna have a lot of people fold because they weren't shaped up to be exactly what the end pushes out for them. You know what I'm saying? A lot of men are going to be basically it's gonna be straightforward action. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're not going to be able to endure it because their weak nature, by being raised by that woman, you know what I'm saying? Naturally, we're gold. Naturally, we're pure.
What about scripture say, put off that weak nature?
Right.
I got it.
Go ahead, man.
This is Matthew 13 and 20, basically touching on that point, because the scriptures also tell you that it's seeds that fell in certain areas. All right. It says, but he that receiveth the seed into stony places, all right, he is not found it. You know, like bro said, you raised around your mama, you know, you ain't got no stability, you know. So he have a weak nature about himself, you know, because what? You can't plant a seed on stone. You know, it ain't gonna be rooted up right. All right. It says, the same is he that, so this is the same guy. It said, the same is he that heareth the word and anon with joy receiveth it. So with joy, just like the rest, you know, he received it with joyness. He's happy. He ate the roll that's sweet. As soon as it gets sour, watch what he do. It says, yet had he not root in himself. You see, so what? He have no root in himself. All right. It says,
you put a seed or something on cement thinking you're gonna grow. That's basically a representation of you being unmovable totally. You got birds coming pick you up, throw you over here. Jake walking through the street and black forces kick you around. Like you have no stability, bro. You know?
It says, I'm reading again, verse 21. Yet hath he not root in himself. We say in himself. It says, but dureth he endure for a while. For when tribulation and persecution, soon as persecution, tribulation, all of these things come, it say arise. He arise up and depart. It says because of the word. It says because of the word, by he is offended, man. That was it.
I got the definition for root real quick. Where it says to establish deeply and firmly. But this is the one I want to get. It says cause someone to stand immobile through fear or amazement, man. Right. You know, so he's not going to be easily moved, man. He's not going to be easily moved over. You know, so properly moved.
I got a quick one. This is kind of difficult. This is Matthew 7 and 22. It says, many will say unto me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works. And then I will profess unto them, I never knew ye, depart from me, ye that work iniquity. Therefore, whoso heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man who built his house upon a rock, which will be your house shine, having a great foundation. It says, and the rain descended, and the floods came, going into all those great temptations. It says, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not shall be likened unto a foolish man which built his house upon the sand. And we know a sand, that shit sink. It said, it says, and the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it, man. You see? So that's gonna be your ending, man. You know, not being rooted up.
And that root basically goes to foundation, bro. All right, finish. And this is what the foundation actually stems to, because if your father isn't in the home and he isn't like a man of the Lord leading you right, that goal, that's how it became very dim. Okay, so Go ahead. And this is speaking on like the daughters of Zion, the women that's raising these children.
So Lamentations 4, and I'm gonna reread 3. It says, even the sea monsters draw out the breast they give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people has become cruel, like the ostriches in the wilderness.
So the ostriches in the wilderness, like they're so clumsy that they'll basically step on their eggs. You know what I'm saying? They'll step on the eggs and kill the young ones. And it's comparing our women to that because they're reckless. They don't think that having the father in the home to raise the child that would give that child balance. You know what I'm saying? These women ain't shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of Israelite men that ain't shit, but these women, for the most part, they basically taken that bag, if you want to say, from Esau. Okay? So, and this society basically raised them, bro. Mothers ain't shit, and they're leading the daughters to being not shit. It's a domino effect. You know what I'm saying? And when does somebody stand up and say, this shit ain't right? Okay, so let's do this and try to change the narrative of the story. Okay, regardless of how you may feel about certain things, sometimes the betterment of everything works towards putting yourself to the side. You know what I'm saying? It's not all about me. It's about, let's do it because we know that our people as a whole already are looked upon as we ain't shit. So if we do this the right way, then if we were here for generations to come, at least we have a foundation to say, I know my children, they have a strong upbringing. They're not going to celebrate holidays. You started somewhere. Now imagine getting 50 families like that. You're actually building towards something. But these
It's the norm, though.
these women, bro, I'm telling you, bro, they so weak-minded. That's why we need we need the kingdom, bro. We need the kingdom, bro. We have no chance here with these women, bro. We have no chance, and there's no accountability with them. You know what I'm saying? There's no accountability at all. Everybody listening to somebody that's walking blindly.
As in Scripture, Sirach 6, it says, many counselors, you know, but
Yeah.
that only one
Right.
can give you that
Right.
direction,
Right.
you know?
Right. Y'all got something?
This is 1 Corinthians 6 and 9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High? All right. It says, be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, and this is one right here, nor effeminate. You see, and effeminate goes to what the feminists. You know, the one that's not rooted upright, and his upbringing is not strong, man. All right, he's not masculine. All right, you see what anything. That's why I said that what he'll be offended by a word, man.
Right.
You see, that was it. Yeah.
All right, so Lord willing, this was edifying. We're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to you. Shalom.